Today is a very auspicious day because Supreme Lord Shri Baladev, Subhadra, Jagannath, they appeared. Also, two personal associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared, and I'm seeing many devotees participating today. It is very auspicious for me. I require the association of devotees to get devotion. So there is a history how, what kind of lila Supreme Lord made to appear in this world, in this form. Gurudev spoke about this, and I don't want to miss any detail. That is why I want to read. I will not tell summary because I don't want to miss. So please forgive me if already you read. Today is very auspicious Tithi. Today is Purnima Tithi of Jyeshta month. By accepting this Purnima Tithi, Lord Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra appeared in this world. It is written in scriptures, Lord Jagannath became pleased with the devotion and penance of Swayambhuva Manu, first of the 14 Manus, and appeared in this world on this day. Lord Jagannath ordered King Indradyumna Maharaj to perform a bathing ceremony of Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra on this Tithi. That is why it is called Snan yatra today also. Like Abhishek, whenever any deity appears, they do Abhishek. Indradyumna Maharaj was the king of Avanti Nagar of Malava region. This is different one than we hear during Kartik Gajendra Moksha. That is different Indradyumna Maharaj. So this one, he was a great devotee of the Lord. The Lord appears to a great devotee only. Jagannath appeared as Daru Brahma, means Supreme Lord in the form of wood. Daru means wood. One day of the Brahma is the lifespan of 14 Manus, and one night is also lifespan of 14 Manus. Just now we are hearing from Gita at this point. We cannot even calculate it. 365 days makes 1 year of Brahma, and 100 years is the lifespan of Brahma. We cannot comprehend even. So yesterday when we were reading Gita, I read there Hiranyagarbha, and in the brackets it was written Brahman. But I knew maybe there is some maybe typing mistake or something, because I know Hiranyagarbha is not Brahman. And Brahman is eternal, that causal. So I checked, and there Hiranyagarbha is meant Brahma, this four-headed Brahma, demigod. When he has his night, at that time all living entities of this world, there is like partial dissolution. Actually they are sleeping at that time, because Brahma's night is there. So there is no action. But when Brahma's day comes, then again they will start doing action from where they stopped. So Hiranyagarbha meant this Brahma, and above this Brahma there is Supreme Lord's abode, Vaikuntha. This we were hearing yesterday. I had to check, so I saw that really there was a typing mistake in the book. The 28th Chatur Juga of the 7th Manvatar is going on now. In this one, also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. In the first Dviparad, half of the Brahma's life, Lord Nil Madhap appeared in Shanka Kshetra to rescue the fallen souls. And in second Dviparad, in Satyuga, King Indradyumna appeared in this world. He was a devotee of the Lord. The Lord appears for his devotees only. You know, also in Navadip Mahatmya, Brahma told, now my half-life is already gone. In the second half, I want to worship you. So here also, first part, he appeared as Nil Madhap. And in this second part of Brahma's life, he appeared as first Indradyumna Maharaj was there, and then he appeared as Jagannath, as we will hear. So here Gurudev also gives evidence from Gita that when righteousness goes down and irreligion goes up, then to protect the sadhus and destruction of evildoers and to establish religion, the Lord appears. Then Gurudev explains that our Parang Gurudev explained that there is no need for Supreme Lord to personally appear to kill the demons and all this. No need. So the actual he can do by his will only. He can destroy innumerable universes by his will, no problem. So what is the he can kill demons immediately, but why he comes actually, the real cause is because his devotee is feeling separation, grief from Supreme Lord. So for this reason, actually Krishna has to come personally, and side effect also he kills demons and he establishes righteousness and all this. Then Gurudev gives a very important point. Sadhu sees everything in relation to the Lord, not to the world. He sees everything related to the Vishnu and Vaishnava. All are Vaishnava in the sense all are from Vishnu. All have come from his potency. But when we come here in this world, we forget him, means Supreme Lord. We see everyone in a different way. But a devotee sees everything in relation to the Lord. He does not see anyone as his enemy. The enemy is inside me, not outside in the world. We all are reaping the fruits of our own actions. Others are instrumental. No one is the cause. So devotees are always remain peaceful because they are surrendered. And then Gurudev gives example, Ambarish Maharaj was peaceful, Prahlad Maharaj was peaceful, although they were attacked and so many things, because they see everything belonging to the Lord, in relation to the Lord, by the Lord, for the Lord. Whatever happens, it happens by the will of the all-auspicious Lord. So sadhus do not see anyone as their enemy. But the conditioned souls, they have a false ego. They see one as their friend and another as their enemy. We hear about this in Prahlad's biography. So when King Indradyumna Maharaj was remembering the Supreme Lord, he was feeling separation, grief from him. The Lord sent a devotee to him. There were some pilgrims who were having darshan of Nil Madhav just some time before. So Nil Madhav sent them to Indradyumna Maharaj. That devotee told to the king, the Lord has already appeared as Nil Madhav. This means blue Madhav. Nil means blue. One gem is also there, Nilamani, that is blue. And in Puri, where Jagannath then appeared, means where he was installed, that is called Nilachal, that is blue mountain. So this devotee said, if you will try to search for him, he will mercifully manifest himself to you. King Indradyumna immediately sent his servants in all directions in search of Lord Nil Madhav. Vidyapati was one of them. All other servants came back without any information except Vidyapati. Vidyapati did not come back. That was after 1 month or few months, some saying. But Vidyapati did not come back. He went to the Shabar region. They are like tribals. That is why also you will find now, after Snan yatra today, Jagannath will play the pastime of being ill. for some time. So during this time, not those Jagannath Sevaks will serve him, but devotees from this region, Shabaras. These tribals, they will have intimate service of Jagannath during this time. And they're cooking diet, light diet, and they're giving Ayurvedic medicine and like this. So this Shabar region went there. Vishwavasu was the leader of that region. Vidyapati met with him. Vishwavasu, here also typing mistake, it is Vishwavasu, instructed his daughter Lalita to take care of Vidyapati and left for worship of the Lord. When he returned back, transcendental fragrance of sandalwood was coming from his body of Vishwavasu. Vidyapati thought he might be coming after serving Lord Nilamadap, whom he was searching for. He asked Lalita, "Where does your father go every day?" She replied, "My father ordered me not to tell anyone where he is going, so I cannot tell you." Then he asked to Vishwavasu, "Where do you go every day? Which temple do you visit?" Vishwavasu did not reply. A doubt arose in the heart of Vidyapati. A devotee can sense the transcendental subjects, but a non-devotee cannot. Transcendental subjects get revealed in the heart of a devotee, because Vidyapati was also a great devotee. As Vidyapati was a devotee of the Lord, he got some indication and he decided to stay there. While serving Vidyapati, Lalita developed a loving relationship with him and she got the desire to marry him. She revealed her heart to her father, but her father told her that the marriage is not possible because they belong to an uncivilized caste. So Vidyapati is a Brahmin and they are outside, they are tribals. So father said it will not be possible to marry him. So Lalita became very morose. She was always crying and approaching again and again to her father to ask his permission. She was the only child of Vishwavasu and she was his weakness. So he finally told her that if Vidyapati gets ready to marry her, then he has no problem with it. She proposed to Vidyapati. Vidyapati thought if he could marry her, then as a wife, she would come under his control. According to Sanatan Dharma, a woman cannot hide anything from her husband. So she would be bound to tell him about where her father was going daily for worship. He thought, if I marry her, then my purpose of staying here will be fulfilled. He married her. So here target is not for sense gratification. Target is for the service of Supreme Lord. For this reason he married her. Like Srinivasacharya, 2 times he married on the order of Mahaprabhu and his associates. So target should be correct. And if someone is like takes to sannyas or something, if target is wrong, that will also be wrong. Target should be correct. The service of Krishna, and under the guidance of bona fide Guru, he will tell what is the service of Krishna. So after they got married, after a few days, he asked her again, Vidyapati, "Where does your father go every day?" She replied, "I cannot tell you. My father has ordered me not to tell anyone." Vidyapati told her, "Why did you marry me? A chaste woman should not hide anything from her husband. You should open your heart to me. If you do not, then it will not be fair." He frightened her. Then she told him, my father goes to worship Lord Nilmadab every day. He told Vidyapati, I want to have darshan of Lord Nilmadab. She informed her father that her husband wants to have darshan of Lord Nilmadab. Vishwavasu became angry with her. Why did you tell him? I told you not to tell anyone. She started crying. So he melted and agreed to take her husband to Lord Nilmadab, but he put a condition that Vidyapati's eyes must be covered while going and coming back. Lalita then advised her husband, you keep some mustard seeds with you. While going there, you throw them on the path. After some days, they will sprout and you can easily track the path to Lord Nilmadab. Vishwavasu took Vidyapati to Lord Nilmadab by an indirect path. They reached there and Vishwavasu opened the door of the temple. While having darshan of Lord Nilmadab, Vidyapati started crying out of love. Darshan of Lord is possible only by eyes filled with love. Then Gurudev is expressing his humbleness here. Many times I had darshan of Lord Jagannath in Puri and also in Chagda, but I did not have such realization. Also later we will hear today's Mukunda Datta's disappearance. He also spoke this point, that Duryodhana saw Krishna like this, but unless one has devotion, he cannot actually recognize Supreme Lord, and also he will not get that transcendental bliss unless he is inclined to serve. So devotion is important. Vidyapati got that realization of Supreme Lord and tears came from his eyes. Only devotion can attract the Lord. While Vidyapati was there, he saw one crow falling down from a tree and approaching one kunda. He saw, whilst falling, he circumambulated a Vishnu temple and immediately got a Chaturbhuj Roop, means four-armed form, and was delivered, means he got Sarupya Mukti, taken to Vaikuntha. Seeing this, Vidyapati thought, I will not lose this chance. I will also leave my body like this. So he was ready to also jump from a tree to give up his life in this way. But at that time, a transcendental sound came. Do not leave your body without informing your king about Lord Nilmadab. He trusted you. He is a devotee. If you will not give him information about Lord Nilmadab, then you will commit an offense to him. So it was all arranged by Supreme Lord. All this lila he is making, and he is guiding how it should be done, everything. It's very nice. Vishwavasu brought Vidyapati back with closed eyes and locked him in a room. His wife started crying. That time, Vishwavasu thought, let me release him and let whatever happen, happen. Because she was crying. Because when he had gone, why he arrested him, why he wanted, now you will come to know. Because when he had gone to Lord Nilmadab to offer him bhog, that time the Lord told him, I do not like to eat your fruits and flowers picked up from the jungle anymore. I will eat bhoga offered by the king. This Nilmadab told. So this Vishwavasu, he became afraid. Oh, the Lord is speaking to me. He does not speak to me. Means never till now he spoke to him, but now he spoke and he told him this, that now I will not take your fruits and flowers from the jungle anymore. I want to take from king that Raj Bhog. So that is why out of fear he locked Vidyapati in a room. But now his daughter was crying. He thought, whatever is there in my fate, let it happen. And thinking so, he released Vidyapati. This is devotee, he is thinking like this. He is not going against the will of Supreme Lord. What is in my karma, that is good. When his purpose was fulfilled, Vidyapati immediately went back to the king Indradyumna Maharaj. The king became very happy to know about Lord Nilmadab. By then, the mustard seeds had sprouted. They could then reach Nilmadab temple easily. The army covered the whole region of Indradyumna Maharaj, but when they opened up the doors of the temple, they saw Lord Nilmadab was not there. The Lord had disappeared from the temple. You see what kind of lila he's doing. First, he's inspiring that they should find and all this. And now he disappeared. How this is possible? It's not a statue. It's Krishna himself there, and he's doing lila, also lila of disappearance. Mahaprabhu disappeared, Krishna disappeared, Ramchandra disappeared, Diti also disappears. So now Nilmadab was not there, but Vidyapati saw him before. So it was not fake, false. Now Nilmadab disappeared. The king immediately fell down on the ground and started crying. And that time the Lord told him, again voice came, do not cry. I will appear as Daru Brahma. Means Brahma means Supreme Lord in the form of wood. The Lord is Adokshaja, one who is beyond the comprehension of the material senses. He is above the mind and intelligence. It is a very long topic. I will speak about it shortly. The Lord then came as Daru Brahma. It was the king was informed by a voice, and they also went to Brahma, and there is some more topic Gurudev did not explain here. So he was informed that that logs of wood, they would appear from Chakra Tirtha in Puri. So this will be, they are Daru Brahma, means they are Supreme Lord in the form of wood. The Lord came then as Daru Brahma. 3 Daru Brahma came. 3 logs of those wood, like of tree, they were floating, and they were there in Chakra Tirtha in Puri. There were signs of Shankha, Chakra, Gada and Padma on them, means conch, disc, lotus and mace. They came floating on the ocean and reached the shore. The king got news of them. A chariot was prepared to bring them from there. But the Daru Brahma were so heavy that the army was not able to lift them. Even elephants could not lift them. Then the king took shelter of the Lord. This was to show that this is not ordinary wood. Otherwise, what is the difficulty in lifting one log of wood? But this was shown that this is not ordinary wood. They are Daru Brahma. Like you know, Jagannath, when he was traveling from Puri with Jagadish to Chagda, he became very light by his will. But when he reached Chagda, he became very heavy. No one could lift. So that is Supreme Lord. And Mahaprabhu also When he went front, Jagannath was moving. When he went back, he was not moving. Elephants, they tried to pull, could not. So it is to show, to prove. So then the king took shelter of the Lord. This is, who will take shelter of the Lord? One who is a devotee. The Lord then ordered him to bring Vishwavasu to take them out. Vishwavasu was his devotee there. He was serving him for so long. So now this Daru Brahma told, he will take me out. On one side, Vishwavasu, and the other side, Vidyapati will hold them, and then they will simply come out. See, two devotees, not elephants and physical strength and this thing. No, devotee must be there. So one is Vishwavasu, father of Lalita, and another is Vidyapati. So they both came, devotees, and lifted the Daru Brahma, and they came out easily from the ocean. So then here Gurudev explains also, one time while we were at the Ratha Yatra festival, we were with Srila Gurudev in Puri, and that time we saw that the government had decided not to call the king for his service during Ratha Yatra. All were trying hard to lift Jagannath and to bring him to the chariot, but they were not able to lift him. All became worried. What has happened? They started praying to the Lord. The Lord then ordered that they should call the king. When he comes, only then I will climb on the chariot. Here, the king had locked himself in the room and was crying when they did not allow him. That is his seva. So they brought the king there, and when he performed his service of cleaning the path with the broom, immediately the Lord climbed up on the chariot. So the Lord acts according to his desire. We cannot control him. Once, when there was New York Ratha Yatra, it was a few days back, when Gurudev was there once also. So while driving in car, Gurudev asked some devotees, is it proper to say to draw the Jagannath or to pull the Jagannath? What is appropriate English word? Then they said both is okay. Draw is like more. Then Gurudev smiled and he said, but how we can either pull or draw Jagannath? We cannot. Jagannath is moving by his own desire. No one can draw him or pull him. Not possible. He is going by his own will. So in so many cases he showed he can be only controlled by devotion of devotees. So here king was not allowed to do his seva, and he was crying because he's a devotee. So Jagannath did not accept those ideas of others. He said, no, I will not go out. When king will come, then I will come. So now here the Daru Brahma were brought to the temple. King Indradyumna called carpenters to carve the deities from that Daru Brahma, but no one was able to do so. Their tools and everything failed. Then the Lord himself appeared as Ananta and said, like one deity maker, Ananta, but himself came and said that he will carve the deities from Daru Brahma. For that he will take 21 days, and no one should disturb him for those 21 days. Because Supreme Lord is shaping his own form. No one can do. Those who are doing, they are also inspired by Supreme Lord or inspired by the description of pure devotees. Otherwise, it will not be accepted by Supreme Lord. He must be behind. He must be at the back. So here he showed, I will make my form. No one can make my form. And that form is also unlimited. So no one should disturb him for those 21 days. The king agreed. For 7 days, they could hear the sound of carving from the closed room, but after that it stopped. 15 days passed, but they did not hear any sound coming from that room. So they thought that the carpenter might have died, as he was so old and he did not eat for so many days. Thinking so, they opened the door and they saw the incomplete deities of Baladev, Subhadra and Jagannath. Bol Baladev, Subhadra, Jagannath ki jai. The king started crying, thinking that because of him it had happened so, that they are like incomplete, looking like incomplete. But the Lord told him, you did so by my desire only. It is my desire to be manifested in this incomplete form. Like when Parikshit Maharaj was, he already conquered thirst, but that time he became thirsty. It was by the will of Supreme Lord, because he wanted to bring him to him and to manifest Bhagavatam. So sometimes Supreme Lord, he makes someone do something for some purpose. So here also, I inspired you to open that door. Before I told you don't disturb, don't open. And I now inspired you, because they thought he died. But Supreme Lord never dies, but it was his desire. So you see what kind of lila he's doing. Then Gurudev here is explaining further why such forum, you all have heard before. When they were in Dwaraka, the Rohini told, Krishna is here, you are very fortunate. He was before in Vrindavan, but he forgot Vrindavan, now he's with you, you are very fortunate. Then they said, no. Actually, he's only his body is here, but his mind is there in Vrindavan, his heart. Because we know in the night, he's chanting Radhe Radhe, or Lalita Lalita, or Subal, Shridam, like this he's. So, his heart is there. Then they wanted to hear from Rohini, what is so special about Vrindavan? We don't know. You tell us, you were there. Then Rohini said, yes, that is very confidential topic and very intense. So Krishna and Baladev should not hear. Otherwise, they will not be able to bear that separation grief. So they should not hear. So they decided Subhadra, she will guard on the door and the gate, that Krishna Baladev should not come. Then Rohini was speaking about Vrindavan Lila, those loving pastimes. They are loving. That is not worship, it is love. How they are loving Krishna. So then Subhadra, hearing that, she became ecstatic, stunned. And where there is Harikatha going on, there Supreme Lord is attracted. So Krishna and Baladev also came, and they went to the door, and they were hearing, and Subhadra was already stunned. She could not do anything, in ecstatical feelings. So they were hearing from the door what Rohini is speaking, and they also became ecstatic, and their eyes became very big, and mouth, and due to ecstasy, their hands shrinked and went inside, and they relaxed, and they were stunned. Ecstatical form of Krishna, feeling separation from Vrindavan. Then Narad came at that time, and Narad saw, oh, what is this? Such a form. I want to show this form to the world. This is very special form. Then Krishna said, yes, I will appear in this form. In Jagannath Puri, I will come, and I will give my mercy in the form of prasad to everyone. So this was Krishna's desire, such form. He already showed in Dwaraka. Then he came. So it was, we see like incomplete, but it was actually meant like that. So they appeared. And so today, this was the Lila, how Lord Baladev, Subhadra and Jagannath, they appeared in Puri, and to celebrate this Snan yatra is done, Abhishek. They are pouring and everyone can come and they can bath. Also demigods, they want to, because there is some platform there and there is some roof to give shade, but some holes are there in that. Because every year on Snan yatra in Jagannath Puri, some rain will come, maybe few drops or something, but it will come. Even if fully sunny or everything, but some rain will come. Why? Because demigods, they are also bathing Jagannath there. Every year it will happen, so that those holes must be there. This they're prescribed like that. So today they appeared. I am going down to them and to devotees. Without devotees, we cannot have darshan of Supreme Lord. Here we see he did not want to be lifted. Two devotees must come. Vishwavasu he was doing, and Vidyapati. So it is the desire of Supreme Lord. First I will be Nil Madhav. And the same person, he appears in new form. There is a Jagannath. Same person. There are not many Bhagavans. Bhagavan is only one. Doing Lila, different Lilas. But it is still in tradition that even in Jagannath Puri, after this Snan yatra for these 15 days, the Shabaras, descendants from this Vishwavasu, they will serve him now for these days. And also today is the disappearance day of two personages of Mahaprabhu, Sridhar Pandit, you know, you have heard. He was very poor. He was selling banana products, leaves, fruits, those stems, flowers, everything. And Mahaprabhu used to come to him when he did not yet reveal that he is Supreme Lord. And he would argue with him for the price, bargain. Sridhar was pure devotee. He was very honest. He gave a right price, and everyone knew in Navadvip, so no one would bargain with him, but only Mahaprabhu would bargain. No, this is too much. I will not give it that much. And they would argue 1 hour or and a half. Mahaprabhu did not agree. No, I will not give you so much. And finally he took by force. But the Sridhar never became angry. Why? Why anger comes? When you are dissatisfied, your desire is not fulfilled, then you are angry. But he did never become angry. Why? Because he was fully happy by doing this lila with Mahaprabhu, although at that time he did not know that he is Supreme Lord, but he got that transcendental bliss, like all other devotees. They could not recognize, but they were tasting that bliss. So then Mahaprabhu also told him, you are, because Sridhar was very poor, but still half of his money he would give for the worship of Ganga every day. Then Mahaprabhu said, why you are not giving to me? I am the father of Ganga, you don't know, so why you don't give me? He revealed, but no one could recognize at that time. So then Mahaprabhu also told to Sridhar, why you are so poor? You are a devotee of Narayan. Narayan is having Lakshmi, everything. Why you are so poor? We see those who are worshipping Kali, they are very rich. You are so poor. Then Sridhar told, one bird has nothing and he's searching for his food, has same amount of pleasure than one king who is very opulent. Same amount. Because both are material sense gratification only. Then Mahaprabhu was very happy to hear. He said, yes, you have real wealth. Soon I will show to the whole world who has real wealth. We may see externally euros, dollars, all this, but actually devotion to Supreme Lord is real wealth. Gurudev explained because why we are earning money? To be happy. But if you are not getting the happiness, what is the use? And if we are happy and having no money, then what is the use of money? So happiness is what is required. And that can be had by service of Supreme Lord. So he is really rich. And those who don't have it, they are really poor. So then, when Mahaprabhu, I'm telling in short, you will find in book of Gurudev, because time is short. So then Mahaprabhu, when he revealed himself in Srivasangam, that time he also said, you go and call Sridhar. They went to his house and they could hear he was chanting Harinam loudly. And they brought him, and Mahaprabhu revealed himself that I am Supreme Lord, and Sridhar fainted. Then Mahaprabhu brought him to consciousness and told him, empowered him to offer prayers, and he was praying. Mahaprabhu was very happy. He said, whatever you want, I can give you, whatever boon. This, that, everything. Sridhar said, no, I don't want anything. Then finally Mahaprabhu said, you want yogic powers? You can become big, small, light. You can read mind. You can materialize things, all these things you can get. You want? He said, no, I don't want. I don't want anything. I only want that Brahmin boy who used to quarrel with me. I want he should be my master, birth after birth. I want his service. That is the only thing I want. I don't want anything. Because he already tasted the nectar of devotion. One who tasted, he cannot have desire for anything else. And he has absolute knowledge. Nothing is unknown to him. Everything. So Sridhar proved this. Like Bidur also, he was also very poor, but he had devotion. Krishna took from him, not from Durjodhana. And Mahaprabhu also showed in the case of Sridhar, he came to his house when they were doing kirtan, and Mahaprabhu saw one broken pot, glass, but it was iron, but with many holes, because he had no money to get new one, better. So very poor. But Mahaprabhu drank from that pot only, water from Sridhar, and Sridhar fainted. Because Mahaprabhu wants to get from devotee. And then they did kirtan there, and they took rest there, and everything. And also just before Mahaprabhu took sannyas, on that day, Sridhar brought one lao. If you go to Mayapur, you can see what is lao. Or in Calcutta also, that lao, like a pumpkin, like zucchini but bigger, like this. He brought. Then Mahaprabhu thought, tomorrow I will take sannyas, but no one knew. So I don't want this should be wasted. So immediately he requested his mother, today you should cook this. And mother made with milk and everything, because Supreme Lord wants to take from his devotees. He's very eager. Then also Sridhar would every year go to Jagannath Puri to meet Mahaprabhu and participated in all the leelas there. Gundicha Marjanam, Ratha Yatra, water sports in Narendra Sarovar, Indradyumna, all those leelas. He's a pure devotee. He is in Vrindavan, he is Kushuma Sava Saka. I think I will check. Yes, Kushuma Sava Saka in Krishna Lila. So he appeared and played this pastime to give us teaching. What is the real wealth? So on today's day, disappearance day, I bow down to him. I went to his place there. With Parikrama, we don't go there because so many devotees. But once I was alone, I went purposely. I went there to that place. It is in the forest inside. Prabhupada established one shrine there. And I had to go through the field and then some grass and then in the forest. And I found that place and I lay down there. First bowing down and then I lay down there. Because Sridhar's house is famous for this, that all devotees, they will take rest there. That is Bishram Stan. So I also took some rest there in Sridhar Pandit's house. So I'm remembering his house there. Some indication is there, shrine. But it is some 4 pillars, so you can lie down actually. I fully lie down there inside to take rest. So I'm bowing down to him and I pray for his causeless mercy, for devotion to Supreme Lord. And today also is Mukunda Datta. He's from Bangladesh, where Pundarik Vidyanidhi also appeared. Then he came to Navadip and was classmate of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu used to argue with him, debate, and all devotees, they try to avoid because it is useless. But anyhow, Mahaprabhu caught them and he was arguing with them, but they all got bliss. So with Mukunda also he was arguing and showing this uncommon intelligence. Then Mukunda thought he's very brilliant, intelligent. If he would only be a devotee, then I would not give up his company. Why he's not a devotee? But then Mahaprabhu, when he heard, then he told to others, I will show what kind of devotee I will be. Now they are trying to avoid me, but in future they will understand what kind of devotee I will become. So then Mahaprabhu, when he came from Gaya, after taking Diksha, he came back and was revealing all prema, everything. Then they did kirtan. And even before that, Mukunda used to sing in Advaita Acharya's house. He was a great singer. In Krishna Lila, there are 2 singers, Madhukanta and Madhuvrata. So this Madhukanta appeared as Mukunda. So he was doing all songs in Advaita Acharya's Harikatha also there doing before Mahaprabhu. Then in Mahaprabhu's Kirtan also he was doing in Shrivas, Sanganand, everywhere. We are singing Narahari Adi Kori Chamara Dulai Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Ghosh Adi Gai. Sanjaya, Mukunda and Vasu Ghosh, they were singing. They are singing, not were. They are singing. Gaur Lila is eternal. So, singer and many Leelas you will find there in he brought Gadadhar Pandit to Pundarik Vidyanidhi. And Gadadhar Pandit had some doubt how he is a devotee. He is a materialist. So much opulence in this. Then Mukunda sang that verse. Oh, of whom I will take shelter, who is so merciful as Krishna. Even Putana, she came to kill Krishna, but he rescued her and gave her the service in Goloka. Because only outwardly she was appearing as a well-wisher. So Krishna took that and gave her. So where can I take shelter other than in Krishna? Then Pundarik started crying, Ha Krishna, and through all that openness, everything, and all ecstatical symptoms, they appeared in his body. Then Gadadhar saw, oh, I committed offense. Then he thought, only if I take initiation from him, then I can be rescued. Then Mukunda agreed, and Pundarik Vidyanidhi agreed, and Mahaprabhu also agreed. Of course, this is Lila to give us teaching that we cannot recognize devotee by external appearance, but by revelation of Krishna and Gurudev, they will reveal who has devotion in their heart. There is some purpose why he was like that externally. But someone may externally profess himself as a devotee, great devotee, but inside has some other desires. That also Krishna can reveal, Gurudev can reveal. They are able to reveal this. So then Mukunda, also through him, this pastime was shown when Mahaprabhu revealed in Srivasangam that he is Supreme Lord and was blessing everyone. Then they asked why Mukunda is not called. They asked, Srivas asked Mahaprabhu. Then Mahaprabhu said, because he is offender, I cannot bless him. Sometimes he is like very humble. He comes before me with blade of grass in between teeth, but sometimes he is hitting me with an iron rod. Mahaprabhu explained, sometimes he is like associating with devotees and he's saying, yes, devotion is the best. We should serve Supreme Lord. But sometimes he goes to Mayavadis and says, yes, I am Supreme Lord. I am God. This knowledge is superior to devotion, all this. So he committed offense to Bhakti Devi because that is not truth. You are only outwardly, you are like devotee, and then again like this. One who is true devotee, he can never say like that. He knows by devotion all is served. That is actual right action, only right action. One has to have this firm faith. By serving Krishna, you serve all. That is the truth. So only one who has such faith, he is eligible for bhakti, no one else. If he is little here, little there, then that is not exclusive one point. That means he did not understand the truth due to lack of sukriti. So Mahaprabhu, Mukunda is a pure devotee, but to show this teaching to us, he made us this, to understand this. Then Srivas informed Mukunda, this is what Mahaprabhu said. Then Mukunda was immediately ready to give up his life, but he said, okay, you please ask Mahaprabhu when I can get his darshan. Then Mahaprabhu said, he can get my darshan after millions of births. He can get. Then Mukunda started dancing. Yes, Mahaprabhu said it. What he says is truth. If he said it, I will get darshan. I'm most fortunate. I will get it. So he was, now he expressed his firm belief. Like that, we have to believe what Gurudev says. Gurudev is not ordinary person. Krishna is fulfilling the word of pure devotee. When Prahlad said Nrisingha is in pillar, then Nrisingha, to prove the word of his pure devotee, he appeared. Like that, Gurudev said, we have to get seed of devotion, life-full seed of devotion from pure devotee at whose back Krishna is there. Krishna is at his back. He will fulfill the word of that. That is why we cannot do anything unauthorized things. Outwardly it may seem, but it will not be, Krishna will not be behind that will not be devotion. So, Krishna will not accept. We cannot cheat him. We cannot control him. He is Supreme Lord. So, he can give service. So, here he showed this. Mahaprabhu said, and he showed firm belief. Then Mahaprabhu immediately said, yes, you can call him. Because already he changed, he proved. So his million lifetimes of punishment, he already was released from that. Like that, we can also be released from our karma immediately. When we understand, no one is to be blamed. I did wrong. What was wrong? I became averse to Krishna. I am fully submitting to Krishna unconditionally. If we can do this from the heart sincerely, that same moment you are free. Same moment. No need to undergo those things. But unless we do this, it will never stop. Because that is the root cause of all karma, aversion to Krishna. But unconditionally we have to submit to him, without any desires and sincerely for his service. So then Mukunda, it is a long topic, but it is very nice. If you read in Chaitanya Charitamrita how Mukunda then was singing the glories of Bhakti Devi. And he explained that without devotion everything is useless. Even getting darshan of Supreme Lord, directly you can see him in front of you, but without devotion you cannot get anything. So that truth was spoken through the mouth of Mukunda. Very nice topic if you will read in Chaitanya Bhagavat. The glories of devotion. So now just let me see if there is any topic I forgot. One second. That is Mukunda Datta. We were hearing that topic from Chaitanya Bhagavat. Yes. Mahaprabhu told to Mukunda first that he will take sannyas. And Mukunda said, no, you should not take. At least you should not, immediately you should not take. Then Mahaprabhu little postponed, but then he left and Mukunda went with him, and Mukunda was singing during Mahaprabhu's sannyas ceremony. And also Mukunda also was with those devotees from Bengal who annually went every year to Puri to meet Mahaprabhu and did Lilas. So during Snan yatra also, he was the lead singer in the third of the 7 groups, where Haridas Thakur was the principal dancer. In the third group. Then Mahaprabhu also told Mukunda becomes very unhappy when he sees me follow my sannyas duties, like lying down on the ground and taking bath 3 times a day, even during the winter. Even though he does not say anything, I know that he is very unhappy within. And upon seeing him unhappy, I become twice as unhappy. And Mahaprabhu also told him that in every my avatar, you will sing for me. This blessing he gave him. Mahaprabhu said, I perpetually reside on Mukunda's tongue. Wherever I will appear, you will get the service to sing for me. So he is not ordinary devotee, the personal associate of Krishna. This is Mahaprabhu blessing in Sriva Sangam. And Mukunda Datta Thakur disappeared on the full moon day of Jyeshta month, today also celebrated as the bathing ceremony of Sri Jagannath Dev, Snan yatra. So if you want some more details, you can read in Gurudev's book. I am bowing down to Mukunda Datta Thakur. His brother is Vasudeva Datta Thakur. You know, he prayed, let all people's sins be put on me and let them be rescued. So compassionate. They are brothers. So I bow down to Mukunda Datta Thakur and pray for his causeless mercy for pure devotion to Mahaprabhu Krishna. Now we'll do some Jagannath Kirtan.